lot of traffic for some reason, but I'm hoping that that won't mess up anything. So it's 10:58 right now, and the event starts at 11. So it says I'm going to get there at 11:03, but firstly I'm going to stop at this coffee shop and grab a coffee and grab something to eat, because I haven't ate anything yet. I chose to sleep a little bit longer, and so I didn't have time to make anything to eat. So we're gonna stop at one of my favorite coffee places recently in Tuscaloosa and grab something quick. It's looking like it's gonna be a no, it's looking like it's not gonna be that long of a wait, actually. I'm looking at the cars out here, not looking too crazy. All of the good parking spots are gone, unfortunately, but it's okay. So yeah, I'm about to run in here and grab a coffee. I feel like my hair looks better in the front. But I'm about to run in and grab a coffee and something quick to eat. It's 11:01 and it starts at 11. Well, the doors open at 11, but the panel doesn't start until 1. So we have some time, I feel. I just wanted to grab something quick to eat in case there are not a lot of refreshments. So I'm about to run in here and grab a coffee, so I'll be right back.
Hey there.
I have a question. Okay, so I'm back out of the coffee shop, and it honestly took longer than I was expecting it to. So it says on the GPS that that I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there in 3 minutes, but it says I'm gonna get there at 11:22. I was in there for 20 minutes, waiting for the food. The part that took the longest was the food. I got a breakfast sandwich. It's so good. I got a toffee coffee, but I replaced the dark chocolate with white chocolate, and it's iced, of course. I love iced coffee. And I got a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant. I have been living in the proximity of this bookstore for so long and have never been. But it's literally right, like, so close to me, and I have not gone. So that's gonna change, of course. I'm gonna quickly eat in the car before I get out, and also talk to you guys about what's been going on. So I hope that that's centered. But the main thing that I wanted to say was the last 2 videos that I recorded to try to get back on YouTube, I lost that SD card completely, and so not only are those 2 videos gone, but also my photography photos are gone from prom and grad shoots that I've done are gone. So I'm really upset about that. I think it will turn up eventually. There's not that many places it could be, but I didn't put the SD card back in its usual place, so it's gone. And I had a book vlog on there from literally so many months ago, and I was trying to get back into the groove of actually editing, and I was going to use that video as like a good way to get back into it, but alas, it's gone. It's gone. Probably not forever, but it's definitely gone. This is what the sandwich is looking like. Pretty delicious looking. I'm hoping it's delicious. It was like kind of expensive. But yeah. Let's see my blessing. It's good. I feel like it's really hard to mess up bacon, egg, and cheese. So it just tastes like bacon, egg, and cheese with hot sauce. So good. But I mean, if I had time to make this at home, I would have made this at home because it's literally just a regular breakfast thing. Okay. Y'all just watched me inhale that. I was so hungry. And I mean, it was good, so win is a win. I did not properly introduce you guys as to what is happening right now. I just kind of started going. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what it is before I actually walk over there, just so you guys can have context and you won't be confused when you see me in there. So I can tell you a little bit about what exactly it is. So today is National Book Lovers Day. This small local bookshop is having an event that I'm going to, and it's called Bookstore Romance Day 2025 Mini Fair Panel and Meet and Greet. So it's going to be some local and more bigger romance authors there that are going to do a panel, and there's going to be like a book fair type thing and meet and greet where you meet authors, I'm assuming. They didn't say specifically which authors are going to be there. My favorite romance books that I have read have been the Neighbor Favor series, The Green Sisters. That has been my favorite series that I've read that has been romance so far, because I just love the dynamic and I love the men in that series. They're so sweet and reminds me a lot of my boyfriend. I doubt that the author of those books are gonna be there, but hey, a dreamer can dream, can't she? So I'm gonna start walking over, and I'll turn the camera back on when I actually get there and let you guys know what's happening, get some footage. So see you soon. Okay, I'm realizing I could have parked way closer, but here it is. So I'm about to head in now. Okay, you guys, it's going very well. Met a lot of cool people. The panel is starting soon, and key takeaway is that I'm getting Kindle Unlimited today, so I can read everybody's books because they all sound so good. But just waiting for the panel to start in about 15 more minutes. So I'm just here waiting, just chilling. So I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. And I've read the book already. I'm writing my own book.
If your book were turned into a movie or series, who would you cast as your leads? Anybody want to jump off?
All right, I can do this. So there's, for a lot of them, I would say I can't picture them, but for Over the Edge, which is book 2 of my series, young Justin Hartley, if you've watched Smallville, or he was Green Arrow in that, and he is a little bit older now, so pretend he isn't,
Okay.
to match the age of Haley Steinfeld, as those two together. And like I love like a good flirty dynamic. And Haley Steinfeld, she's just such a dynamic person. I just watched Sinners. She's on my mind. So talented. And then Justin Hartley, he just has a blonde man with glasses vibe that I need.
I love that. Also, Haley's Bob from Sinners.
Oh,
Top tier.
so good.
It's making me consider a Bob for sure. Anybody else have someone in mind?
Explore about people as they're healing and developing their relationships and it's everyday life.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of other things you can do with it, you know, mystery, fantasy, all kinds of stuff you can do with it. And I guess I was like, who are they to judge?
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
you have a PhD in literature doesn't mean, I mean, it's genre is what you like.
Yeah.
Just because the people who have the degrees may not like it, it doesn't mean anything.
Yes. And I think that's always like the conversation that I have with people when especially because when I'm recommending books and stuff, I kind of try to like, you know, gauge someone's vibe for like what they're going to be into. But there's so many like sub points within romance. Like truly, there is something for everyone in this genre. And I think that's what makes it so special is that it is mundane. It is something that happens to people every day. So there is something there for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of in the same vein as that, what do you think is the most misunderstood thing about writing in your specific category of romance? You want to start our fantasy girls over here?
I can't really think of too much about that. I guess like there's a huge variety of fantasy romance.
Yeah.
So you just have more like Harry Potter-ish, you have more magical realism, you have more like fae or elves, so it's a huge category. So I guess if people only think fae or something like that would be a misconception.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that so what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of got that awkward aspect of like, oh, I just survived this fight for my life, and now let's go off to the tent. And like trying to like make it feel real life, but with magic in it.
Yeah.
So I think like that's a unique challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
I think, so I might have two things here. One, I think there's a lot of people that talk about the predictability of romance, especially things that we're familiar with, but we crave that on some level, right? So thinking about picking it up and putting on your favorite sweater. Why do I put it on? Because I love how it feels. So I'm going to do the same thing with books. If I know I like some certain thing that hits these certain points, that has these certain tropes, and that we love trope marketing here, like it tells us what I'm looking for, and like the recipe list that I want in my food, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, right? So I'm gonna go and find those things. It gives me access to what I crave. And then with a third act breakup, I think there's currently a trend with like, we're seeing more and less kind of back and forth, just like in communication, in dialogue. I love a third act breakup. I will say it again and again and again. I will defend it. I think it really is that amazing push and thrust towards our finale. It gives us that spike of, oh my gosh, what if it doesn't work out? Even though we know it will.
Yeah.
And that is just like that little final moment that our brains love so much. That signals, oh my gosh, we're almost to the end. Do I want to turn the next page?
Yeah. I also think I like both. I like a no drama. I like a high stakes. I can go either way. But the thing that I think is really impressive about people who do write third act breakups is like, you have to toe the line of like, this is a valid reason to break up, but also not something that makes me hate either of the characters and not want them to get back together. So I honestly think that is like such a hard muscle to like really hone in and practice.
They're both hard. I've written both, and they're both, and half the time the characters are the ones who are making me do something. But for most misunderstood, I would say like just in general, and this kind of goes back to like the denigration of romance as a genre anyway, where they're like, isn't that just a sex book? And I'm like, okay, one, no. And two, even if it was, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy. Maybe you'll learn something, and go read it with your, other half, and enjoy. Like, try reading that in bed and see what happens. And again, you're welcome. Which I've literally told my brother-in-law, so that one was weird. Now they have twins, so I'm just gonna sort of take credit. You're welcome. But no, I mean, I do think that there's this, like, there's a tendency sometimes with people who haven't read the genre that they're like, isn't that just a sex book? Or they only remember like the old, which I think I love these, the old Harlequin novels with like the, what's his face? Like the Fabio, which I'm like, those are fabulous covers. But they have this like vision in their heads and they haven't read anything new. Or they think that it's erotica. And I'm like, no, that's different. And then I like launch into this whole thing of like, well, erotica is this and this, and I give them the definitions.
Yes.
And then they start to understand, oh, this is a lot more complex than I realized.
Yeah.
And the same with like predictability. It's like, buddy, you try to write, you know, a romance and hit there are beats to hit. You've got to hit. You've got to do the third act.
It's still going on, but I decided to leave a little early after the panel was over. It was super, super fun. I loved it. This was a super fun little event. The authors were super funny. They all had like a very unique style. I was so happy when I seen Partner Plot in there, which is one of the books from the series that I was talking about. I know the air conditioner is probably loud, but it's definitely needed. So while we're sitting here, we can do a little bit of a recap. I think that it was really cute. A lot of the authors were that were there all had like a book that I genuinely wanted to read, or a series that I genuinely wanted to read. The main focus of the event was romance themed books, so a lot of the books there were of course romance or romantasy or something in that area, which is pretty much right up my alley. All the authors were really fun to talk to. I had like a little conversation with all of them. They were telling me about their books and like how they got into writing, and it was just such a welcoming environment, and all the other people who were there just to attend were really nice. So I kind of wanted to just walk through what happened. So I didn't want to record right in each of the authors' faces. Like, I felt like that was too much. I started off just like going to each of the authors' tables, and you can see in the little pan shot that I got that they were kind of set up all where you could just walk around in a loop and see and talk to everyone. So each of the authors, like I said, were different enough to where it wasn't all the same thing, but they all seemed like books that I would eventually pick up, pretty much all of them. And I think everyone there said that they were on Kindle Unlimited, which is really nice. It's a pretty small bookstore. It's like a little like local bookstore, so all the authors were super nice. They all were very passionate about their work, which I really love. I got everybody's cards, so let me show you my loot that I got. Also, I brought my Kindle. I don't know why, but I just brought it just in case I might need it, which I did read on it for like 15 minutes before the panel started, but it wasn't really needed. So we have this little sticker. This is by Valerie Pepper. She had 3 series there actually. Marja Graham had these cute little prints out. Bookmark. I would have to read the books to kind of get some of the references. So these are what these say. All of the books listed on there. This other author, her name is Jenny, book that is based in Alabama actually, which I really love. Info as well. Her name is E.J. Kitchens, and she writes like YA fantasy, so I thought that was really cool. She said that it's more so on the fantasy side, so that seems really cool. Halsey Dawn, she has 3 duet series that are available. So if you guys want to scan that code and get a novella, sign up for her newsletter. Okay, you guys, I had to switch to the phone because I was scared my GoPro would overheat, and it did overheat. Ooh, it's like scorching hot. And one more thing that I wanted to shout out is my Kindle. So I brought it with me. This is my baby. So I made this Kindle wallpaper, and it says my Kindle is my happy place, because it is. So no lies detected. But this is my Kindle. It's available on my Etsy, which will be linked down below. But I hope you guys get it. It's really cute. So it has like some really cute typography going on at the top. It's got the starry sky, and then it fades out into these pretty flowers and this bookshelf, and it's just so cute, and it's so simple, but it's so pretty. And you can get it on my Etsy. I literally just have it like standing up in random places. Like when I'm at work, I don't even really have time to read at work, but I just have the screen out just so everyone can see this, and it's so cute. Look at Hunky Shrek. If you wanted me to make a tutorial on how to make these yourself, I can do that as well, because this is just regular printer paper that I printed out to put in here. I just have a clear case over it, or over the design. I hope that this was pretty consistent in the way that I'm explaining what's happening. It was a little bit confusing going back and forth between the camera and my phone, but I was just kind of going with what was the most accessible in the moment. That's pretty much it, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. My next video will be graphic design related. I have this project that I'm working on that I really need to get done, and I feel like if I film it, it will get done quicker. Not only did my camera die from being overheated, but my phone also died because it got overheated as well. It's the middle of the summer in Alabama. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna talk to you guys soon. I'll be back. I hope. I will. I hope. But yeah. And I have another video coming for you guys at some point. The next one's gonna be a graphic design video, and then the next one after that will probably be another book related video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. So talk to you later. Bye.